Hi everybody, this is Will Bowen with today's JumpStart. The other day I was listening to a snippet from Dr. Martin Luther King, from a speech he gave. Now, Dr. King is the greatest speaker of all time, in my opinion. I can't imagine any great speaker who wouldn't sit there and listen to Dr. King and go, wow. He's just amazing. The man doesn't speak, he sings. And with his cadence and how he speaks, you cannot help but I'm doing it. That is not a good impression. I will let it stop right now. The point I'm trying to make is he uses that lilting speech and that halting cadence that sometimes rushes on really quickly and sometimes just stops, brothers and sisters. Anyway, he said something the other day, and today we're going to jumpstart actually the opposite. We're calling this jumpstart compassion by proxy, but we want to do the opposite. It was Dr. King who used the term, and I'd never heard it before. Maybe others have said it. Compassion by proxy. He was doing a sermon on the Good Samaritan, and in this he talked about how the Good Samaritan had gone by, the man whose body was beaten and broken on the street. And the Good Samaritan, here's the quote, chose not to be compassionate by proxy. Now, what does it mean to be compassionate by proxy? It means to try and inflict something secondhand, basically. There's a thing called Munchausen syndrome, where people make themselves sick to get attention. Then there's a thing called Munchausen by proxy. That is where someone else makes you sick, usually by poisoning. And there's actually a show on Hulu right now, which looks too terrible for me to watch. But that is called Munchausen by proxy, and that is where you make someone else sick so you and or they can get attention. So often we want to be compassionate by proxy. In other words, we want the thing to improve, but we don't actually want to do any of the work. We need to actually take steps, and the challenge again is once we begin to think about the problem, we begin to think that our response needs to be proportionate. In other words, if it's a huge response, let's say we're all about wanting to make climate change better, okay, right? And we think it's a huge problem, then we think we got to put forth a huge response. Well, actually we can contribute to making climate change better just by recycling or just driving a little less or carpooling. Little things done by lots of people become enormous things. Let me say that again. Little things done by lots of people become enormous things. So we need to stop trying being compassionate by proxy or taking action by proxy, and we need to begin to genuinely take action. We need to do the little things that when multiplied with the actions of others, make the big things possible. It's possible. So stop being compassionate by proxy. Start being compassionate in actuality. Start being taking action in actuality. Start being, as Gandhi said, the change you wish to see in the world. It's the only way to make things better. It's the only way to make things better. Because if you didn't become the change you wish to see in the world, if the world changed, you wouldn't like it. Think about that. Leave your questions and comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Enjoy today. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.